Greetings and welcome to this video. Today we are going to do a market analysis for gold to see the overall direction of gold for the week and possibly get some trade entries for tomorrow Monday upon the London session. So today is Sunday, the 1st of June 2025. We are going to do a top-down analysis and get closer to the market and get some setups for tomorrow Monday upon the opening of the London session. So we are going to do top-down analysis, as I earlier said. Right now I'm on the daily time frame. Let's head over to the monthly time frame. Okay, we are on the monthly time frame, and you can all see that the market is bullish. Gold is very bullish. It has been bullish for a long time, a long period of time now. So we are going to get back to the weekly time frame where we can identify our various chart patterns. So on the weekly, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to identify my various zones. I'm going to mark the various zones. Let me zoom and see the various zones that I can mark right here. So here I have this zone. I think I have something here. I have a demand zone at this level. I'm going to mark this. Okay, I'm going to mark this. Okay, seems like it's not really clear. Let's get down to the daily time frame. From there we're going to see those chart patterns more clearer. So we are on the daily time frame. Everything is pretty clear here. So I have this demand zone that I have marked already. I'm going to mark another zones. Here I equally have this zone. I have this demand zone or a support zone, as you can call it. We have a demand or support zone at this level. I equally have something at this level. I'm going to mark it as well. I'm just going to clone this and use. So I have a zone at this level. I have a demand zone at a resistance at this level, and I'm equally going to mark this zone here. I think I have something at this level equally. Okay, I have something at this level. Fine. Okay, let me try to make it more precise. Okay, I have something at this level. Okay, so right now this is what I can see on the daily time frame. I believe when we get down to a lower time frame, we're going to see the market more clearly because we will be more closer to the market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to link these various zones with my trend line, trying to get the most recent touches without forcing the trend line. Remember, we trade a lot with trend lines. We do trade with channels and zones, so our trend lines are very important for us. Trend lines are very important for us. So this is what I see on the daily time frame. Let me adjust this trend line. Okay, this is what I see on the daily time frame. Okay, I'm going to get back to the 4 hours time frame. From here we can see the market more closer. Okay, here we are getting more closer to the market, and equally we have some zones that have become more visible that we can equally mark. For example, we have this zone. We have this zone here, this supply zone at this level that we should mark. We cannot minimize it given that we are on the 4 hours time frame, and any zone here is very important because the 4 hours time frame is a powerful time frame equally. So we do not minimize any zone on this time frame. So we have this zone here. I'm trying to make it more precise. Equally, what else do we have? What else do we have? What other zone do we have here? I think we have something here. We have a kind of double top here, a double top or double bottom at this level. I'm equally going to mark this. When we get down to the 1 hour, we're going to see it more clearer. So at this level we have this zone. We equally have a demand zone at this level. I'm going to mark it. The chart is getting dirty, but it's essential. It is very important to mark the zones. Very important. Why? Because if we do not mark zones, what are we going to trade? What are we going to trade if we don't have our zones well marked? So this is what I see here. We have this demand zone that has equally been supported right back here. This zone has been supported right back here. Okay, so this is what I see on the 4 hours. This is what I can see on the 4 hours for the moment. Equally, I see a possibility of creating a channel with a trend line at this level. I see this possibility here. This is a possibility I can equally see here. Okay, I'm going to clone this. Remember, we are trying to get closer to the market. We are just trying to flow with the market, and you can see that the the momentum of this market is upward. The overall direction of the market is an uptrend, and the momentum presently is an uptrend equally on the 4 hours. You see, we are going up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We break this and we are currently here. We form this and we are here. So at this level we are more closer to the market. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get back to the 1 hour where I can see the price action more detailedly. So we are on the 1 hour. Here we are preparing to see if we are taking a trade, where are the possible areas where we can take a trade, where are the possible entries. This is why we are getting down. So at the on the 1 hour time frame at this level, we are pretty much closer to the market. So now I'm starting to ask myself these questions. If I am to take a trade which is probably going to be a buy, where am I going to take the trade? Where is the market going to trade to push right to before I can take the entry, the proper entry? Where is it going to happen? If this market should push down before going up, what is it trying to say? It is trying to grab a little bit of fuel or some liquidity that it needs to push back up, right up, to continue the uptrend. And if this market is to go if this market is to continue or turn into a downtrend, where is this market going to reverse from? Is it going to reverse at this level? Is it going to reverse at this level, or where is it going to reverse? Those are the questions I'm asking myself right now, and if I can answer those questions, it equally means I can have a trade. So right now my bias is mostly for a buy, and I believe that upon the London session we may have those buys. So right now what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing the possibility of the market breaking this zone. I'm seeing the possibility of the market coming right here, breaking this zone, reaching right down here, giving us a valid double bottom and pushing back up. This is what I'm seeing in this market. If I'm to take buys at this level, I wouldn't be taking buys here. I wouldn't expect market to give me buys at this level, but I would expect market to give me buys here. And if I am to take sales in this market, I will equally expect market to push right up here. If the market reaches here before, I can start expecting to see sales depending on the price action that will happen here. So this is what I can see right here. This is what I can see at this level. So in these two biases, these two zones are for me zones of high probability. Why? Because once the market reaches here, it is from here that we can take a decision to either take a buy or a sell. Why? Because if we happen to do a break and a retest of this zone, then we can be looking forward to sales. But here, if you equally come here and see a break and retest of this zone, something like this, a break and retest of this zone, we can take buys, expecting the market to reach right here or even break this zone and continue upward. So this is what I'm seeing in this market. And now the zone where I believe would be risky for me to take a trade will be at this level. For me, taking a trade here, maybe a buy here, taking a trade here at this level would be very risky for me. I will see this as a risky trade. Why? Because a lot will happen at this level. A lot will happen at this level. If there should be manipulation in this market, if the market is going down, I think the manipulation will happen here. If there should be liquidity sweep or grabs, I think it should happen at this level, right here in this zone. Why? Because a lot of traders will be seeing buys at this level, some will be seeing breakout at this level, so a lot of things will happen here. So I would rather prefer to let the noise be cleared at this level before I expect the market here to either take a buy or a sell, depending on what will happen. So this is what I'm seeing in this market. And equally, the distance from here to here is a pretty big distance. The gap is big. We have a big distance of around 240 pips. Okay, but it will be but it is going to pay if we remain patient. Why? Because upon the opening of the Asian session, we can see a lot of manipulation at this level. So this is what I'm seeing in this market. This is what I'm seeing in this market. So, and at this level, I believe if price reaches at this level, so I'm going to mark the two risky zones. That are the zones that I believe to be risky for this market, both and down. both up and down. So I believe that taking a sell here will be risky and taking a buy here will equally be risky. So if we break out of this and reach here, we can look forward to take sells or buys, and if we break out of this and reach here, we can look forward to take either buys or sells equally, depending on what will happen here and what will happen here. So this is what I'm seeing in this market. This is pretty what I'm seeing in this market. This is exactly what I'm seeing. So this is a risky zone for me to take a trade. This is a risky zone for me to take a trade. Taking a trade here is less riskier. Taking a trade here is less riskier because I believe by this level the market would have already decided where its direction, which direction it is going to take, and we will just follow or flow with the current of the market or the direction of the market. So this is what I see for gold. This is what I see for gold. Let's equally do some analysis for EURUSD. Going to go overhead over to EURUSD and do some top-down analysis equally. So before we get to the EURUSD, let's get down to the 15-minute on gold and see what is happening there equally. Okay, I think all is well. I think all is pretty good. All is pretty good on the 15-minute as well. All is pretty good on the 15-minute as well. So this is it. Let's do some analysis for EURUSD. So I'm heading to EURUSD presently. Let's see what EURUSD brings for us. Let's give time for it to load. Okay, it is loading. It is loading. Okay, let's get to EURUSD. Okay, I'm going to use this broker. Okay, so we are on EURUSD. We're still going to do top-down analysis. I'm heading to the monthly time frame to see the overall direction of the market. Okay, we are going to trade this direction. As you can see, this movement is an upward movement, as bullish as it is. I already know the direction of my market, which is an upward movement. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get down to the lower time frames in order to mark my price action or chart patterns. As you can see, this arrow indicates that we are pushing up. So right now I'm going back to the weekly time frame where I can possibly mark my chart patterns. So right here I can mark the zones that I can see. Here I see the zone, and price has currently rejected this zone on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to mark it once again. I'm going to mark this. Okay, that is it. Then here closer to the market, what do I see? I see a demand zone at this level. I see a demand zone at this level. I see a demand zone here. I equally see a demand zone at this level. Remember, we only mark the zones that we can see for now. If a zone is not visible, it's going to be visible in the lower time frame. So I'm equally going to mark this zone as well. Okay, I'm going to mark this down as well. Okay. Okay, that is it. I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go too backward. Okay, so after this, I'm going to the daily time frame where I can get a little bit closer to the market. Okay, on the daily time frame, what other zones do I see? I'm going to adjust this. I would like it to be very precise, to be closer to the market. That's why I'm adjusting, and I think I'm going to do some reduction of this. Okay, I think it's okay like this. So at this level, I equally see a zone at this level. I see a resistance at this level. I see a resistance here. The market has been resisting this. I see resistance at this level also. So that is it. What else do I see? What else do I see? I see a demand zone here equally. I see a demand zone at this level. I see a demand zone at this level. Remember, we are on the daily time frame. Any zone that can be seen should not be neglected. It is a powerful time frame. We are on the daily. So presently, this is all I can see for the moment on the higher time frame. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link this zone with my trend line in order to create my channel. I'm going to link this as usual. I'm going to link this. Okay, I'm going to clone. And set it at this level. So I'm trying to be precise. With my trend line. Okay, I think at this level we have our channel being created. So right here I'm going to get down to a lower time frame, which is the 4 hours time frame. Okay, we are on the 4 hours time frame. And we are getting closer to the market. So this is where we start to ask ourselves questions like, if we are to take trade in this market, where are we going to take the trade? Is it going to be a buy or a sell? If it is a buy, where are we taking the buy? And if it is a sell, where are we taking the sell? So at this level, I equally see a demand zone here, very closer to price. I see this demand zone at this level, which I will equally mark. I think it's properly marked. Okay, I think the zone is properly marked. Now we are pretty much closer to the market, and I'm asking myself questions. Given that the overall direction of this market is an uptrend, the market is trending up, and now equally the overall direction of this market, that is the momentum of this market, is equally in an uptrend. We can see a series of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We broke this low, we retested this low, and the market started pushing back up. So the question I'm asking myself is, if this market is to correct, where is it going to correct before taking back its lift to continue the uptrend? That is what I'm trying to answer now. And if I can answer this, that means I automatically have a trade. So right here, what I'm still seeing is I'm still going to create a channel at this level. I'm still going to create a channel at this level to be more closer to the market. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to place my trend line as such. Okay, I'm going to place my trend line as such. So right now I'm going to get back to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we are much more closer to the market at this level. We are much closer to the market. So here the question I'm asking myself is, which other zone can I see? I can see a zone right here. I can see a zone at this level. I'm going to clone this right here. I can see a zone at this level. Okay, I can see something at this level. This is what I'm seeing here. Here too, this is what I'm seeing. I like my zones to be very precise. Okay, so here I will clone this. I'm going to clone this and put as such. So this is it for EURUSD so far. So at this level, what I'm trying to get here now is my risky zones, where I believe price is going to manipulate right up to. So we have this zone at this level equally. We have this zone right here. Okay, we have this zone at this level. Okay, so what I'm seeing in EURUSD is I'm pretty much seeing a buy equally, and I believe if we should have these buys, we may see something of this nature. The market may react at this level before pushing up back to this level. So I'm expecting something to happen like this, to happen. We have a double bottom, a valid double bottom at this level, then the market pushes back to enter back into this channel. So, or better still, we may see something of this level, of this nature. The market can get here, gives us a break and a retest. The market can get here, give us a break and retest, and rather push back to the downward. So the decision we're going to take will be, we're going to take a decision at this level. When price reaches at this level, this is where we're going to take a decision. So in this situation, I have two zones. Where I think will be major zones where price decision can be taken. So the first zone is at this level, and equally at this level. So if price happens to reach here, we might see either to take buys or sells. So if we push right up here, from here we can decide to either take buys or sells. We can either sell or we can either take buys upon seeing a break and a retest at this level. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing at this level. This is what I'm seeing. If it happens that we break out of here, we might see a reversal at this level, or we might see a push at this level, getting up, giving us a series of buys. So if this market is to correct down, I expect the market to reach at this level, and we have buys or either sales right up to this level. So it depends on what will happen here. It simply depends on what will happen here. Also, it is at this level that we're going to take decisions depending on the confirmations that we are going to see at this level. So equally here, this is a risky zone for me to take a trade. Same with this zone. This is a risky zone. I'm going to clone and mark this zone as well. Okay. So that is it. That is what I'm seeing for EURUSD. So for me, taking a sell here or taking buys here will be somehow risky. I prefer to wait for the market at this level or wait for the market at this level. So these are the zones where I'll wait for the market. This is where I'll take my decision on EURUSD, and this is where I will take my decision on EURUSD equally. So I'll either take a buy or sell here, or either take a buy or sell at this level. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing for EURUSD and gold as well. Let's get to the 15-minute time frame. Here we will be more closer to the market. Okay, that is it. That is it. That is it. Okay, I think we are good. I think we are good to go at this level. I think we are good to go. So let me know your bias on the comment section. Remember, nobody is king. No one is king in the market. You only believe you're king when your analysis play out the way you predicted. So it is only the market that can decide or that can judge your analysis. So you only predict, you only do your analysis, you predict the direction of the market, and let the market plays out as it wants. So if the market plays out the way you predicted, it means you were correct, you were right with your analysis. So you can say to yourself that you were king. So let me know in the comment section what you think about my analysis. Do you see something different, or do you see the same thing as I do see? So let me know in the comment section. If this was your first time of coming across this channel, please kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and comment. So each time we upload content like this, you will be notified on time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.